I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I rode my bike everywhere today. Okay. It's midnight. Okay. I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm walking, dude. I rode my bike. I really want to count me riding my bike everywhere, but the problem is it wasn't a devoted 3 mile. I just needed to get from one place to another, so I am not counting it. I really should count it, but I'm not going to, because I don't think it's fair. So we're gonna do this. Had a good day. I mean, it was a great day. Went to chase my buddy's film premiere here in Tehachapi. Youngest person was probably 30, and that was about 4 or 5 people, and the other 75 were all like 55 and up, dude. And that was the crowd. It's kind of a party, but it was really great to rewatch. It was a good film. The guy kicked ass. Work was good. Closed today. I got the sketches. Some formal sketches of my costume with Victoria. I got tips today. Yeah, the convos after the film were good with the chase, and then a couple of the older folks wanted to talk to me, and it was one of them tried having a conversation, started a conversation, and it really wasn't much of a dialogue. It was very, very one way. They actually pulled the "we're saying the same thing" card when talking about AI, except they're like, no, we need to use this. But also, we're saying the same thing. Which is like, we're not. That's okay. I can't do anything about it. Because, you know, when you have conversation, and then another guy came over and he was just promoting a show to me. And I'm just like, you know, a high is good too. Man, this is one of the guys, this guy knows me personally, and literally it doesn't say hi, it just says, hey, got this show. I don't even think it said, hey, got the show. I think it's just, I got this show. And it's just like, cool. You know. Yeah, it's just funny. It's like, can you guys not read the room? Just a little. But it's okay. It's like, whenever I meet folks with those mindsets, I don't really have a reason to hold it against them or nothing. I just, it's, you know, it's a whatever kind of thing. You know, I was invited up on stage with my buddy's girlfriend who plays the lead actress. And they were up there, and then people were taking questions. And there were some people asking great questions. This one guy who just, again, doesn't read the room, was like going off about like his hearing is weird and how like there was stuff with the audio that was bad and just made it hard for him to hear. And it's just like, cool. And everyone started getting up out of their seats to leave after that. So it was honestly probably fine because I think the guy wanted to get out of there anyway. I think he just wanted to be like, hey, thank you for watching, and leave. And then people asked for a speech, and he gave one. He gave a good speech. You know. apparently a lot of folks came up to him after and were giving him a lot of shit. Which he said we can have a broader discussion about later, which I'd like to, because I'm curious what people said, but one of the things I gathered is that it was like people who were trying to technically break down the film, except plot twist, they don't work in film. Which is always funny to me. It's like, unless you have like something genuinely well put, critical, incredible to put on the table, it's just like, why about something else, man? It's like, look, the guy made a feature film with next to no budget, and it tells a comprehensive, well-hearted, good, nurtured, genuinely well put together story. It's like, dude, the least you can do for this guy who spent over 2 years of his life like working on this thing is more than a scoff, you know? Like, there's a time and a place for this stuff. Like, it's one thing if you don't like it, but just like, congratulate the guy. You know, even if it's a shit film, just be like, hey, congrats on finishing this, because it's like to put your heart into something and then the first thing someone has to say is you did a shit job. Like, so much of being an artist is having imposter syndrome and trying to fight it. You don't need to do that. You just don't need to. If you want to get critical about something and like break things down and get really specific, leave that for a separate moment. Set that aside. Schedule that for later. Not even under that context, but just schedule for later. Say, hey, I want to talk further about it with you another day. It's like, you don't have to be an ass, man. It doesn't mean you have to lie. Just say, oh, it was a great film, I loved it. Like, just, like, it's amazing what you put together. And the devotion and the passion here, because that's not going to be denied. Bad films can have good devotion and passion. And either way, you're made a fucking feature film. And to put this on the pedestal of like a fucking average Hollywood flick, which even there the ball is low, it's like... Yeah. It's frustrating, especially when, you know, the young card is pulled, or, you know, the what art used to be mentality is pulled. How art is right now is pulled, and it's very frustrating because the whole picture's broader than that ideology. Especially when the irony is the film is critiquing nostalgia and American dream mentality at its core. You know, when people come up and they talk about it with that mentality afterwards, it's like, do you not see the irony in that? I don't blame them. You know, especially if it is like, you know, the older folks who live in a separate time and grew up in that scene of being like, I do live in a conservative small town. Like, it's nothing I'm upset at the people personally for. But it's just something where it's like, son of a gun. There needs to be like more of an attempt to comprehend this. Because when it turns into a statement of we're saying the same thing, and a lot of interrupting, not taking a hint, you know, the motives start to seem a little bit disproportionate. And that ain't too keen. That ain't too fond of me. Such is life. It was a good movie. I'm really proud of that guy. And I'm probably going to write about it. Maybe tomorrow. I want to write like just a long form review and really break it down and just give him sort of a whole cohesive set of my thoughts. Because really, I mean, outside of some pacing issues that I personally find with the first half of the film, I think it's exceptional. Like, the score is great, and it fits the film well. The substance of the script is phenomenal. It's a fucking great script. It's such good dialogue, and the editing and the pacing, like every aspect of conversations in this film, which it has a lot of, is just pristine. The composition of shots and the color grading and even the technical side of things, I think, is pretty great. There's definitely some shots and some different aspects to where, like, this is a little shaky here, a little weird here, but a lot of that is just when you're shooting without a budget and you just have to work with what you got. It's like, if you're shooting in the fucking high desert at noon, lighting isn't going to be all too easy for you, and as sure as fuck wind isn't going to be nice to you. All these things, like, there's only so much you can do. You know, if you're working with a steady camera, you have to hold things handheld for specific shots and different things like that. Like, it's tough. It's really tough, man. And so, you know, it's like so many of the minor technical conflictions, like, putting that aside, it really is just like, you know, if this had a large budget and you were able to somehow get rid of all these technical complications, it's like, yeah, phenomenal. You know, the characterization was good, all the performances are good, and, you know, I did a small role, and I'm content with my performance, which I didn't anticipate. I thought mine would suck. And I did, like, a slight accent for it, and I actually like how the accent came out. There was one line where I went, oh, okay, and that didn't sound as good. That sounded a little wank. But I mean, every other line, I think it was believable and it sounded good, and I think the character was good. I'm just like, everyone did so fucking good. Like, a lady came up to me and was like, I think it was actually Chase's grandma, just being like, you guys are all so young and such great actors, and I'm like, let me tell you why. 2 reasons. One, creatives are out there, they want to act, they want to be challenged, and most people can do this. 2, actually 3 reasons. 2, when you have a great director like Chase who's able to get you places where you can be comfortable and is patient and knows all these things, it's easier. And 3, we're performing all the fucking time, y'all. Young people have been performing since they were given a fucking phone, which is potentially far too young. You know, it's like, but it was cool. Chase's grandma was really cool. She played a small role in the film, and she was like, oh, I never thought of it that way. And she was like engaging with the conversation. It was marvelous. Wonderful woman. I'd like to speak with her longer. She seems really sweet. It was good. It was really good. I'm so happy I got to watch it a second time around, and I'm excited to write about it and talk further and share my thoughts and just go further. And I'm excited too to hopefully schedule going out to the desert with him and chatting it up and taking it all in. Anyway, my phone's at 4%, so before it dies on me, I'm going to try to finish this out. And then hopefully I'll be back with the run tomorrow. I know I've done a lot of walk days, but riding my bike everywhere was tough today, and I just, I don't know, man, it's still really fucking difficult for me to get back to full scope, full energy. And at this point I'm a little puzzled as to why it's taking so long, but I don't know. I just gotta keep moving forward, so stay on.